Okay, this is the wet head prior to stripping out when we first bought it. The previous owner's effects in it. I wasn't happy with the shelving arrangement, so as you can see here, I've stripped it all out completely, and I've gone through and fitted up mock-up shelves. I've lowered this one underneath to give it a bit more usable access at the back of that shelf. No doors on the rear there. I'm going to turn that into a cupboard. And the toilet. So there was no toilet fitted, although there was all the fittings there for it, but I've removed all them. That's all fiberglass down there as a wet area. And here's our wet head with the shelving refitted, all epoxied in, not complete yet, but it's getting there. We have the toilet equipment all fully removed. That all gets glassed over and fiberglassed. And we have our wash basin sink for washing our hands and brushing our teeth. It's to be glassed in as well. We have an opening there for a closet for the boss.
Wet head. Take two actually, but you'll see it as take one. Not my fault. Actually, no, I should say it's always my fault, even though it wasn't my fault.
I'll say.
Here is the cupboard storage for the wife. That all comes out.
Oh, do I get all that under there as well?
That gives you access to the stern cabin. Little drawers. Again. All the doors are off at the moment. I'm in the middle of epoxying all the holes in preparation to put some primer coats and top coats on so that I can refit them for the last time. I need to do that, and then I'll paint I'll mask up the hinges from that point on, but I better get them all epoxied and primed first. The whole lot's designed as a wet head, as you'll see from the photos there. We sit on the seat, the water drains off down into this sump. The sump has a little pump in it with a little switch. Pumps through this copper pipe which leads through the water tank and gets pumped overboard, or into a receptacle if you want to do that and hang on to it.
Nice epoxy work, babe.
It's a lot of work there. It's all glassed in afterwards. It's all glassed over. It's a lot of work to make sure that the integrity of the water tank was maintained. Hatches go over here, so this all maintains its watertight. It's all designed to get wet. We have the sink, which is separated off, so essentially this is the sink area. Once it's fully epoxied in, it'll have extra layers because that'll effectively be sink. We'll wipe that down when you need to. And it'll all be semi-waterproof for a hand shower. So you're able to sort of semi-direct it. The doors, the way they're designed, and the seat and all that will direct most of the water away. I find it highly unlikely that there will be much that gets in, if at all. If need be, I'll put a shower curtain around the back that can just run across, but I don't think it'll need it.
Would you like to explain how the shower's being powered and heated?
So we all know the Wharram simplicity, so we use a camp shower. So it'll be camp shower you hang up, warms up in the sun. Bring that handle through the open window with the electric control, you know, your normal ones you get from BCF or Anaconda. And away you go, you have your shower. Awesome. And if you want it up on deck, you just have it on deck. It just gives you the option. It's used as a toilet anyhow. incorporated into a shower. I mean, if you've got kids that want to, gee, you don't want them all out there with whatnot. Yeah. Or if it's a winter day, too cold on deck. Yeah, that'd be good.
Anything else you missed? Just the toilet will slot back in here with the lid.
Toilet sits in here, as you can see.
Yep.
Composting, but not really composting. It's really a matter of storage and drying it out. None of your composting toilets really, they can't compost. They don't have enough time to compost. So it's more about drying it out and getting the waste to stop smelling within a short period of time. I think I've got the airflow situation sorted out in terms of containing the smell, with the toilet itself being negative pressure, and then this box, the way it works, is only going to increase that effect.
So, the head. I just got a little surprise from my darling husband about the way in which the shower will be delivered. I don't know why I thought it would be anything but a bag of water hanging through the porthole, but I don't know. I thought it would be quite substantially fancier than it is. It really is a camper we're in, isn't it? So we're going to Anaconda. Well, at least I get to go shopping. Oh, and look all the storage I got for my hair removal and my beauty products. That's pretty cool. And I think I get that whole front thingy jiggy. What's that bit called? It's all mine. I just want to clarify on the need for an air conditioner and possibly fans. After watching another YouTube channel's video today, I just want to let you all know I am not precious. I'm no petal. However, I do sleep hot, and we do have a puppy. Maybe we'll end up with two when we start sailing, and we just need a cool area for them to sleep as well. I'm not precious, but I do get a bit hot.
Okay, here you can see some damage on the inside of the hull. It's from a shelf that someone leant on. It's cracked some of the laminations of ply. I've since repaired that. You'll see that in the next video. It's been a high density filler, a new shelf, recove top and bottom, high density filler, and braced at the end of the shelf. On the other side here, this one wasn't damaged, but I've done the same treatment to it in order to stop it from happening, and you'll see that in the later on in this video, the repair and the new shelf and the ends. That's all fixed up.
Right.
Welcome to the starboard hull, which is our main berth. Quite a lot's going on in here. I'd just like to point out at the start, one of the things I really do love is the fact that this is Lloyd registered marine ply with certification numbers, and it's epoxied into the ply of this boat. So there's no misunderstanding on the quality of the materials used.
Are you going to be able to mask that so you could keep,
Yeah, I will.
keep
That'll
it
be
as
a window of truth.
a bit of story of the boat? Wonderful.
Window of truth, like a straw bale house with the little section missing. Wherever they're on the boat, there's a few of them. I'll be making them visible and leaving them there. The rest of the boat, as I've said before, epoxied white. Stairs, same as the other hull, all modified. And all the shelves in here, once again, all the faces, all the same size, because it does my head in when they're all different. Ports are the same. That's all cleaned up. The shelves in here, I've come through and modified. They were essentially in the same spot, but they were two individual shelves. Break in here, the picture there. I've recut these in, created just one, makes it a lot more rigid. She ain't going nowhere. Re-epoxied all these in. And I've done the same on this side. The original that was on here had a bit of damage because it had actually cracked away on the hull. Not through or anything, but it had taken off the front veneer, but I've gone all back in the same spot. These are fully epoxied all the way through. Nice coves. Coves on inside, outside, all over. All neat, all marine ply. I've come through the bed base here, come through 20mm holes. These are yet to be epoxied, but I'll give my coat of epoxy. This is for ventilation through the mattress. As you may or may not know, ventilation under the mattress is high priority on your boats. The moisture that your body produces in a night, I'm sure people can bring up the statistics, but it measures in the at least the hundreds of mils, if not up to the litre. That moisture's got to go somewhere. Quite often it goes into the mattress if there's no airflow. That with Aero Mesh, which is a product you can get from, I think, BCF, you can get it from Road Tech Marine, a few of them. It's a 20mm, 10 or 20mm mesh mat that doesn't compress. That with the holes will give us good ventilation underneath our mats. I'll stay here at the moment. Once again, we've got another air vent here. It's going to pump the air in.
I can already feel that.
Okay. Almost flip that one over. That one's already got a hinge on it. That's why I can move it. Okay. Probably have little gas struts on all the hatches. 316 stainless steel. Gas struts, I can get them for about $100 a pair. Which adds up because there's 4 hatches on each hull, so it's 800, it's nearly $1,000 in little gas struts. But if you, by the time you put stays on and stuff like that, you might save a few $100. But at least these control the hatch from opening up too much. We will plan is that we'll have a couple of fans in here. This vent will change location to the hatch. It's always got airflow. There are doors on this, they're being epoxied. I've done a bit of work underneath. On this one, I've put in, similar to the galley side, but this one's just a separate shelf. Same process, but it's epoxied both sides. That's a beam basically, epoxied all the way in. Can you see that there?
Yep.
You can see there.
Yeah, I can see.
Support legs. The idea is either normal storage, or hopefully that is the same size as the other side. The battery will fit in here. Just tight squeeze, but enough that I can get batteries all the way along here. Very heavily supported. They're nice and low in the boat for keeping your weight down low, and in the middle of the boat, so it's the perfect spot for them to go. We've got our data sensor down here for depth. I'll put a tri-data in there when I'm done, so I've got all 3, depth, speed and temp. And fits all the cabinet, all these little tubs, which pop out the other end. Like so. For more storage. Once again, remove the opening port light and just put a fixed one in, as explained before. And there'll be more than enough ventilation coming from here. Okay, that's it.
Talk about air conditioning.
There may be a small air conditioner we get, 12, 24 volt. That we will get?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Didn't use the right terms for the boss. She should be a lawyer, this one. It's all in the detail. Like
It's all in the location.
bit like a hot shower.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting that. I want an aircon.
Okay. I forget the name off the top of my head, but they're a 12 volt or 24 volt unit. I'll be able to cool this cabin here quite easily and have a drop sheet down, and with enough solar on the roof, I'll be running off solar. If it's a hot day, the sun is shining on the solar panels, it's powering the aircon. When the sun's down, the aircon's off, so it's not the intention to run the aircon much at night, or if at all. We'll rely on airflow above. But during the day, I mean, it's a sanctuary. If we've got 2,000 or 3,000 watts of solar, which is what I'm expecting to get at a minimum, I should be able to run a small aircon in here, especially a 12 volt, 240, 240, don't know, but 12 volt I prefer. Okay, so this is the gas locker. This is the access port through to the galley, and that allowed us to get to here where the gas bottles were. Adjust them. I've removed them. I've cut these hatches in. Give me more storage. And I've put that panel in. That panel didn't exist. That little patch, I'll put that in. And that's where the water pipe comes through. So I'll have those lines come through and I'll seal them off so it's still a watertight chamber. There's a lot of storage in there. And the same as this panel, I've cut all that in. They've done an awesome job on all these glassing fillets and stuff like that. So when you look at the stuff that's not 20 years old, it's pretty good. Alright. Okay, so once again, this all just gets 2-pack paint, 2-pack white. Hope I don't regret it. And this will just become a locker storage. And that's the water drain all blocked off. So there's no gas drain in here anymore. Okay.
You can turn it off. How are you going, baby?
Okay, I'm down in my hole. In my dungeon.
So this is the naughty corner.
Naughty corner. Port gas locker.
Yeah, aka naughty corner.
So no longer a gas locker, but yeah, so I've cut it. Did it good.
I have no interest in this part of the boat, so it's probably where Guy will hide stuff.